Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 10, new Pike predictions. It's about that time. We did a Pike prediction a couple weeks ago, and we need to keep it fresh. We need to update it. New information comes out all the time, new theories. I love the fact in the pregame, I checked a couple of you guys out, and hey, I think this person's a spy, this person's going to kill somebody, this person's going to happen. That's what's so beautiful about The Walking Dead, is we get to funnel this stuff down, and I can't wait to see until we're right. Special shout out to the Patreon Army. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Got some brand new pictures up there. This was certainly a little creepy, and what better way to celebrate Halloween. Halloween's right around the corner, just in a couple hours, than Alpha looking over this facial removal. A lot of things going on. New Pike predictions. Are there some traitors? Are these masks for someone? Is it just training? We got a lot of questions. You know what? But though, before we get into all that, and we've been doing double streams, 7:30, 9:30, let's talk about Halloween for a second. How many people are doing something exciting for Halloween, and how many of you are doing something Walking Dead related? You get bonus points if you're dressed as a Walking Dead character or something that's Walking Dead related. Just let me know. Let me know what you guys are doing out there, because just a few hours until we start officially celebrating. I mean, it's not like New Year's, but it is. midnight. Time to turn the clock here. Who we got? Hey, Deidre, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Darkstar, you're dressing up as Killshot. Yeah. Not sure what that's going to get you. You know what? You dress up like me, you might have a lot of trolls come into your house or your yard and attack you, because for some reason I attract them, man. I attract like the worst trolls on the internet. Not sure why, but just happens. Joseph's going to turn off the lights and pretend like no one's home. Ah, I see. Some of you guys are spending time with your kids. Good stuff. Any walkers, any zombies? Nothing tomorrow, going to horror convention on Saturday. All right. Well, hey, appreciate you guys being here. Certainly at a bunch of different times. So we're going to go through a couple characters that are out there. So I got a question. And I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, but how many people out there still think that Dante is a spy? I'm just kind of curious. A few people. I mean, the only problem I have with Dante being a Whisperer spy, he's a pretty good doctor, isn't he? Alpha's getting rid of her best doctor, and he's saving Carol. I don't know. That part just doesn't match up with me. I really think Dante is Maggie's future boyfriend. We've seen Dante twice, and he saved Carol, and he saved Lydia. Now, granted, nothing wrong with saving Lydia. I mean, I guess that would make sense, right? But if Dante was a spy, why not just throw Lydia over his shoulder and take her back to Alpha? I don't know. It's just a whole lot of that just doesn't. It's almost like if you believe Dante's a spy, you got to believe that, and also this has to happen, this has to happen, this has to happen. So it's just like this whole domino effect that I don't know. Yeah, Charles, I didn't feel that either. I didn't see he was a promo whisperer. I mean, in fact, I guess this guy kneeling down in front of us right now taking a head, that could be Dante, right? Same build. I don't see it. Yeah, and that's a good point too. Christmas Girl says Lydia would recognize him. Yeah, I think there's just too many things about that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But anyway, we'll see how it plays out. Let's talk about some things that are going to go down, and we're also going to mix it up a little bit. We got Najee Watt super chatting in the house. What's going on, Najee? Not sure if he's a spy, but I think there's a reason Daryl might be punching him. Looks like in the trailer in the medical room. I'm trying to think of a reason. I mean, I will say this. Dante's pretty direct, and he can be sarcastic and condescending. And Daryl has a, pretty rough temper. I mean, his mouth gets him in a lot of trouble. But Najee, I would say this. Is it possible that Dante was in on letting Negan out? Or, something related to Lydia. I mean, those would be the two things that I would think, what would really set Daryl off? If Dante thought that Negan was going to be killed and he's a doctor, probably wouldn't be a bad idea for him to help get Negan, out of the game or sneak him out or something along those lines. Or if there's something that, if something happened to Lydia and he couldn't help Lydia, or I could certainly see those things being big problems. Or, he could just say the wrong thing to set him off. Definitely looking forward to that. Appreciate that super chat. Thanks for that. We're going to get some names out there, though. Just because, all right, first of all, because we've seen in the introduction several Pikes and 4 heads on Pikes that are new, it doesn't mean that we're only going to see 4 heads on Pikes. So I want to ask this question. How many people think, yes, that is the magic number, that's what we're going to see because it looks like that's what they're showing on the intro? Or do you think potentially, hey, maybe they're just showing us 4 that have some definition to them that we can understand, and maybe they add a few more? I mean, I don't know that they can put 10 up there because we're going to be viewing it like, oh my God, 10 people are going to die. Which 10 people? I think maybe you just start with 4 and get people talking, and then you mix it up a little bit after that. So let's we got another super chat in the house. What's up, Bamber Kitty? Bamber says maybe Daryl thinks Dante is supplying Carol drugs. Ooh, I like that. He's your pharmacist. I don't care if he's a doctor. I'm going to kill that son of a bitch. I mean, Daryl might be, yeah. That's a good point. I like that. I really like that. Where's the prescription? That's our dealer. Hey, I'm Daryl's running out of excuses, running out of people to beat up. Just go beat up the doctor. You listen to me. You listen to me real close. You and I ain't never been toe to toe. So he can't get Negan to fight him. So he might as well go beat up a doctor. Yeah. Because he supplied drugs. I love it. I love it. Yeah, and you guys are on it, man. So, I also want to bring up a couple more points because we talk about Pikes. I mean, Pikes are like, you got the lineup and then you got the first set, and we think it's going to be big, right? There's going to be a second set. But let's just not get so stuck on the Pike. Oh, pun. This is good. You guys give me a kills coin. Stuck on a Pike. There's going to be some other deaths that are not public displays and are not people that are up there. And I really, with all the twisted nature of things that are going on, I really think somebody's face is going to end up on a whisper. That's why I think this particular scene is happening right here. Why do they have these? I mean, here's my question. What is Alpha doing right now? And make your own meme if you want. Teaching. This dude is taking off somebody's face. And Alpha is standing over to make sure he knows what he's doing. Apparently, she's done it enough times that it becomes an art form. You guys know what Beta's doing back there? Did you guys see the other picture to this where Beta has the face turned inside out and he's kind of cleaning it? There's some crazy stuff going on this week. Crazy. So, if the Whispers have masks, why are they taking off more faces? It ties into two theories that I want to talk about. Exactly. Christmas Girl, you're right there with me. Chris Reinig, you're right there with me as well. Five people made the same Beta's peeing joke. Okay. All right. Well, going to be one of those nights, I guess. Flamethrower. They need to introduce a character named Mike whose sole purpose is ending up on a pike at some point. So he would be Mike on a pike. Or why not Ike? Psych. All right. So, back to Christmas Girl. New members. Or are they getting ready for the big kill? And this is why I said there's two theories that I could sort of wrap my head around. Alpha is already picking who's going to be joining them. Or she already knows who she wants to kill, and they're going to wear some brand new masks. So, and I think both of those work fairly well with the supervising and looking over to make sure he gets it right. Because let me ask you this question, okay? And not that I have personal experience doing this. But if you want to mark a border and you say, let's take Rosita, let's take Luke, a couple other people, right? These are people you want to put on a pike. Do you need to be perfect with the chop? Or can you just, boom, splat, leave it there, right? Not an exact science. Would you agree? Doesn't have to be well thought out. Just whack, splat, leave it there. No, I don't think it has to be perfect. I think it can be neck, a little bit above the neck, down closer to the shoulder. Like I said, I'm not an expert with this. I'm just saying, judging by the first Pike scene, I don't think, if you're an inch high, an inch low, it makes that much of a difference. However, if you were to kill King Ezekiel, and you were to want his face as a mask, so when you see Carol or you see Daryl, and they see that face, do you think you can be a little sloppy with that? Or do you think you need a little practice to make sure that you get that right? So it is perfect. It is recognizable. So would you say that warrants a little supervision, a little practice to see who is the best? Hey, let's practice on a few of these walkers. Hey, you. Phi Slamma Jamma. Clyde Drexler. Get over here. No, you're not real good at that. Keem Olajuwon, you get over here. Okay, hey, you're pretty good. If we get the king, you're going to be the one taking his mask. It's got to be perfect. So practice the skinning until you get it right. Does that seem like something that Alpha would want to oversee? Like something that is a ritual, something that is important to her? Not just Ezekiel. Who are some other targets that Alpha may want to have that? And I'm not saying she'll be successful, but I'm saying who are some other targets that she may want? Do you think that after this, oh, you guys are like Rosita, Kelly. No, hold on. Who would Alpha want? No. Stop. Come on, stop. Stop giving me random names here. I'm going to say it again. Who would Alpha want? There you go. Now you're getting there. Carol. Now, I'm not saying she's going to kill Carol, but don't you think that Carol and Alpha have an unfinished a score to settle here? Would Alpha not want to wear Carol's face around? I mean, think about that. And here's my question. Whose face is Alpha wearing? The very first mask she put on, whose face is she wearing? Najee Watt super chatting and says, you think Ezekiel Sadiq gets Morgan's comic death? I don't know, Najee. I really don't. Morgan Michonne, didn't Michonne put Morgan down? In the comics? I thought Morgan was bitten, and then Michonne and Morgan were in the room, and it was implied that Michonne killed Morgan. I think. I'm going back. But that was much, much earlier. I mean, that was during the All-Out War, right before All-Out War. Yeah, I thought Morgan was bitten, and then that was when they lived in Alexandria, and I thought Michonne ended up. But I'll double check that. We got Amy Ferrero says, you can kind of tell by the way Zeke has been acting, he's sick. I keep hearing, is that, let me be honest with you guys, okay? Because I don't follow other YouTube predictions, and you guys know that. But I've heard multiple people come in and say he's sick. So I'm just assuming that is another channel that's kind of put that out there. Because unless it is a spoiler, I mean, I will say this. Ezekiel has lost Benjamin, Shiva, Henry, Carol, the kingdom, and Hilltop. So, no, I'm just asking. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, well, there you go. Movie idol. That's what I thought. So, and that's just what I wanted somebody to say, because it's just a little odd that we've been in a stream and I've had probably at least 50 people say, he's sick, he's sick, he's sick. I don't think it was just a random thought that everybody had at the same time. If Movie Idol said it, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but clearly somebody out there is discussing that. And the thing is, I mean, once we pick up a microphone and people talk about it, it catches life, right? It's like RJ's real. And I'm not harping on that. I'm just saying that when that was discussed, it was discussed at a much wider level, and then there were a lot of people in our streams that were there. I'm not saying he's not, but I just don't. It has not been obvious to me. So Amy says he's coughing a lot. Yeah, I mean, I have not seen anything from Ezekiel. He did breathe some smoke. I mean, if you guys remember, he was out there putting out a fire. Yeah, I mean, he could have got some smoke in his lungs. It's not impossible, but I don't know that within 2 or 3 days that Ezekiel's gotten cancer from smoke inhalation. I mean, he was going to kill himself because he's clearly depressed. So, like I said, I'm not here to say he's not. I just don't see anything that jumps off the page and says, hey, he's sick and he's on his final days and he's dying and he's got to do that. The only thing I see with Ezekiel is he's extremely depressed. He lost everything. Could that be affecting his health? For sure. But I still think Ezekiel's bigger arc is that he needs to man up and do something and stop having Carol fight all of his battles for him. He needs to fight some of those battles himself. Even if he is sick. If he's sick, go out and kill Alpha. Do something. I'm sick. I'm sick of Ezekiel not doing anything. Dude, she cut your son's head off. Go do something about it. Go fight. Go fight Beta. Thank you, William. Are there other Walking Dead channels? No, there's not. But hey, like I said, I have no issue with him being sick. I have no issue with several people thinking he's sick. I was just asking the question because it just kind of all happened at the same time. And it very well may be true. But in my perception, which is different than others, I didn't see anything that jumped off and just kind of screamed out, the guy's got another week and he's going to be dead. And he's just avoiding going to the doctor. Taps Ghost says, I feel an Ezekiel rant coming soon. Planet Earth, smoke inhalation and depression, and no fruit and vegetables. Oh, very well done. Very well done. Oh, man. You guys are killing me. Hey, you know what? Even if he's sick, more incentive to get on the horse. I say go fight Alpha before you die then. I mean, you got nothing to lose. Oh man. Okay, let's get to some Pike victims. So Ezekiel, Pike victim, Whisperer mask, other epic death, Andrea's death. Maybe he'll, lead. Somebody's going to have to lead all these walkers off a cliff, right? So, Roxanne says Alpha wears Debbie from Hilltop's face. I know Alpha took Debbie's face, but Alpha had a mask before she killed Debbie. So, my question is, what constitutes an alpha mask? I mean, think about that for a second. You're alpha, and you got to have a certain look. What is your deal, right? I mean, you got a certain style to uphold. You got to make a point. And certainly, she's got to have her sights set on Carol. I mean, I feel like Alpha would love a Carol mask. Someone who's really crossed her. See, that's kind of my point, Taps Ghost Lover. And I don't think we've drilled down into that, literally. I think we talk about the Pike victims, but there's a sense of cult, of ritual, and Alpha's not only trying to lead a group, she's trying to establish a culture, a process. This is the way we're going to live. We're not going to feel anything, and it's almost like a badge of honor. Beta is carrying his friend's mask around. Alpha has a mask. She had a previous mask. So she's got to be thinking like, what's the next one going to be? People see me walking around with Carol's face, then, she won't have to say it again, but you should fear me. That's what is being said by just looking at her face with that mask on. I don't. I look at you and I feel nothing. That blonde boy screamed your name just before we took his head. Woo! Man. And now she's overseeing the skinning and the face, and Beta is just like, he's just cleaning that out like he just caught a fish. I mean, it's normal for them. This is a person's face. And they are really, in the beginning, you think they're making themselves feel nothing. Now they're really becoming immune to it. They really are becoming immune to it. Wilson in the house. Hi to the Army from Wilson at work. I've heard a whistle while you work, but everybody, Wilson while you work. Thank you for that, Wilson. Appreciate you stopping in. Thanks for that super chat. Absolutely. We're going to keep it going, and thank you for listening at work. So we've got, some back and forth going on. We've got some people that are going to push the envelope. Alpha, I'm sure she already has. So several things, okay? Alpha probably has your standard hit list. We need to take out a few of these. Then she's got her fashion design list. Beta needs a new mask he can wear on Saturdays. I certainly want to rock this one. We got a couple new recruits coming on. this person's face, this person, that would go really well with that. Then she's got her markers, right? I gotta mark this border, that border. If they cross over the east, then we'll have to do that a little bit later. So she's got that list. And then we've got the accidental. Maybe we don't have time to decapitate you or skin you or whatever we're going to do, but we're going to have to kill you. So when Kelly crosses over, just because Kelly crosses over does not mean that Kelly becomes a Pike. She could, but that just might be, let's just kill her. She crossed over in our territory. Brandon could be a casualty. Luke could die at the oceanside. Doesn't mean he's going to die at the oceanside and somebody's going to take his head back and put it at the north border. So this is what I kind of want you guys to evaluate, is that we need to do a reverse funnel. You guys have funneled this down to 4 deaths. These are the 4 deaths. These are probably the only 4 people are going to die. And what I say, we need to hit rewind on that and say, it's probably not 4 deaths. It's probably going to be 8 to 10 deaths. It's probably going to be more than 4 on a Pike. And there are going to be other casualties of war that are not going to be piked. And if we look at that from the broader spectrum, I've got 3 people that could pass as twins from a distance. Jerry, Luke, and Ezekiel. From 200 yards away, you can't tell the facial hair apart. So my question for the group is, if only one of those were on the Pike, who's on the Pike? We got a brand new green team member, custom emojis, rocking the badge. You guys do me a favor and welcome David Buzz to the 999 YouTube green team. Thank you so much. Appreciate you signing up. And also, just a quick commercial reminder. Everybody here, do me a favor. Pike that like button. We're talking Pike predictions, whispers. We're doing double shots. If you guys are having a good time, show a little love. Hit that like button. And anybody that's new, that way they watch it and they see awesome group of people. And real quick, while you guys are answering that question, we got Patreon Army. We got sponsors. We got a little bit of everything. If you guys are interested in joining as a patron, there's a link down below in the comments. PDL sponsors, you'll see what that's all about on Friday night. And, of course, that green team as well. Thank you so much. So we got a lot of things. Some people are saying it's Luke. It's definitely Ezekiel. So the people that think it's Ezekiel, and there is a pretty definitive line of why they think it's Ezekiel. All right. How many people here, and watch, I'll prove the point. How many people here think it's Ezekiel? And if you do think it's Zeke, tell me why. Why do we think it's potentially Ezekiel? Joseph said he needs to redeem Henry. It'll crush us. That's a good point. Tommy says because he needs to vindicate Henry. You know, Vishnu says I can't see his character moving forward. I think that's a good point. Julia Muse says he'd probably be a better mask than the Pike. I do want to say I have not heard a lot of people talking about characters becoming masks and used as a psychological technique. So I think we're out ahead of the curve with that because we have been talking about that for some time. Maybe other people are, but just I think that's a unique prediction to most of the people here. And I think it would be a cool way for that to happen. But here's the answer that I thought we were going to get. And surprisingly, we didn't. Some people say it's going to be Ezekiel and Rosita because it's their comic arc, right? I mean, that's been a pretty common answer. And I love the fact that you guys got a whole bunch of other things like, no, it's redemption. He needs to do this. Hey, it could be like somebody said earlier. He's sick and he's got nothing left to lose because Carol broke up with him. So I'm glad that it's a lot of other things besides it happened that way in the comics. And some things do happen the same way they happen in the comics. And some just kind of lead you that and they mix it up a little bit. So that's why some people think it's Ezekiel. Now, we certainly do think that that is a bearded person that is on the pike based on the introduction. So then you've got two other people that from 100 yards away, you can't tell the difference. Jerry and Luke. Let me say this. Jerry is so likable that most of the Walking Dead audience, again, they're reserved about killing some character. Like, you can't kill Jerry. It's got to be Luke. But I do think it could be Luke. And I think it does look like Luke. It's just, are they going to kill Luke at Oceanside? Or is Luke ever going to make it back to Oceanside? Give me your thoughts. Does Luke make it back to, what? Her? What? You mean the girl, the tall with the face? Or does something go down before they get to Oceanside? Put your thoughts. He is with Michonne. Doesn't mean they'll all make it back. David, super chat and says, thank you, Kills. Awesome channel. Love the live streams. I know it's a completely different subject to what you were going on about, but I would love to know what happened with Heath's whereabouts. I'll absolutely address that. It has been discussed that Heath is a part of the group, or Heath is along the same lines of the group that took Rick. The PPP, the key card, that group, Heath left pre-Whisperer. So I think you're going to see Heath either on Fear the Walking Dead or the Walking Dead movies, or I would not be surprised to see Heath in that helicopter that swoops down to pick up Morgan and saves Morgan. So that's a direction that's going to go, but nothing to do with the Whispers, because that was 7 years before the Whispers. That's Red, super chat. Thanks so much, Dad. Appreciate that. Yes. That was discussed by Gimple and Kang. So we can check him off the Whisperer list altogether. Heath is out there somewhere. You're either going to see him on the movie, or you're going to see him part of that Morgan Savior arc on Fear the Walking Dead. Christmas Girl, Luke saying the face foreshadowing of Jules' mask. Christmas Girl, I got to be honest. I don't know if Luke's going to make it back to Oceanside. I don't know that Luke is going to see Jules again. I feel like it's a good stopping point. Do you guys feel that, look, he said goodbye, he gave Kelly the big hug, Yumiko gave him the wave, he was all blushing, He had that connection with Eugene. It's random that he wanted to get in the car and go with them. I certainly don't see Michonne on a Sunday drive back to Oceanside without a level of drama. And, I mean, think about where we're at right now. What is the cardinal rule? Look, we're on the verge of Halloween. What is the cardinal rule when you're with a group of people and you're in a horror movie? I mean, it is, you never do it. It is rule number one. Thank you, Joseph. You don't ever split up. And here we are again. So, is anybody a little confused and concerned that they're trying to defend Alexandria? They're trying to defend Hilltop, and they're trying to defend Oceanside, that they just can't get everybody together and make a stand? That the resources are spread way too thin. You think you can live with these people, and you have been to a certain degree. So the more they split up, I mean, what happened when they were all out in the woods and Magna and Yumi went back to Hilltop and Ozzy went out looking for this group, and then Carol and Daryl went a different direction? So, I do need to bring this up as well. Because maybe we forgot. Do you guys remember last week the group went up to the border and Michonne said to Daryl, Alpha kept you alive to watch over Lydia. You guys remember that, right? Just happened last week. Will the Bill super chatting it. This is making for disaster. I agree. Alpha is thinning the group. She absolutely is. Fight here, there's a hole here, you plug that hole. There's, here, it's just like the boat's going to sink. All right. I want to remind you guys of something. DJ's like, of course. And this is going to sound obvious too, and you're probably be like, oh, of course. Do you guys know that this is the second time that Alpha spared Daryl? Do you remember the first time? Yeah, it's an oh yeah moment, right? It's like, yeah, I forgot about that. So at the camp, no, she had Michonne, she had Daryl, she had Carol, she had all of them right there. She could have killed every one of them. No, not the Hilltop Gates. After she left them alive so they could go look at the Pikes when she showed Daryl the Walker herd. So she could have killed all four of them there. But she left Daryl alive then, and then she left Daryl alive again. So this is not a coincidence that she wants Lydia to be taken care of. This is a big, big deal, not just something that Michonne casually brings up. And it was almost like when Michonne told Daryl that, it's almost like Daryl could have said, yeah, well, I don't care. I still want to kill that son of a bitch. I mean, he could have just given her something back, or he could have said, well, yeah, this is the second time. She ain't going to kill me. So it is a ticking time bomb, but trust me when I tell you this. When Lydia is out of the equation, all this giving people a pass, it's gone. It's going to be face skinning, and it's going to be taking, it's going to be killing. There is no holds barred. You better believe that all the niceties and all the exceptions she's made are all out the window. There is no psychological warfare anymore. Then it's going to be straight out torture. We got another super chat. We got David Buzz. Thanks for answering my question. Also, do you think there could be Whisper and Alexandria as their voices at the end of last week's episode? David, this might not be the most popular opinion, and I certainly have no problem with being wrong. I don't think there's a spy, but I do think they are watching, and they're watching very closely, and they're able to get in and out. But I personally don't feel like that there is a Alexandria resident like Dante or like someone else that is, picking up the phone. Hey, yo, Alpha. It's your boy. Yeah, this is Dante. Yeah, I just saved Carol. Yeah, they beat up Lydia. She's still good, though. Don't worry. Yeah, I bandaged her up. I don't think there's that somebody going in and out. I don't think Sadiq is a active whisper spy. I don't think that Dante is sending back information. I don't think there's a citizen playing both roles. I just think there's enough of them that they're always watching what's going on. I do think Sadiq betrayed the group. So, David, I just feel that's a good story. And again, I could be completely wrong about it, but I think Sadiq's secret is the biggest secret this season. He either helped or he lured them out, or he's holding something in that is big, big news. DJ, that's a good... I don't know. There was a camp there. They skinned some people. They left people naked. This week we're going to see it again. They're certainly ramping it up. And I don't know the context or what was meant to be the context. Are these people that are just crossing over, that they're being punished? Are they people that are missing? We have not seen enough of a panic alarm of people in Alexandria like, hey, where's Bill? I don't know. He was here a little bit ago. He's missing. All right. What about Debbie? I don't know. They're just not up in arms about who is there, who's not there. So I tend to think that some of these deaths are just, they're people that are in the wrong place, the wrong time, and they don't know the rules. Steph the Cuervo Queen kills. Shred Super Chat. Negan kills Brandon. He turns, then kills him again, and uses his face as a mask. I don't disagree with that. I'm actually, and thanks for that, Steph, and also Dead Shred. I'm interested to see how Negan's going to kick open the door and get his foot in the door. And we talked about this in a stream at 7:30. I think there's a lot of potential, or what the next step is, if we're going to go down that route. And there's every indication that Negan is going to be a part of the Whispers, at least for a temporary basis. I know some people are like, that story's not going to work. He's locked up. Well, now he's out. He's out. Probably going to have to cross over into Alpha's territory if he wants to go anywhere. It's not like he can just go to New York. He's got to cross over her land. He's got Brandon with him. Brandon is going to die in one way, shape, or form. I would not be surprised if he sacrificed Brandon. Or, does he kill him, take his mask? There are certainly options with that. But I think your theory is as good as any I've heard. Will the Bill. I think the first attempt on Lydia's life will come from Dante. Any takers? And Will, you think that is Daryl? that Dante's had enough of it and he's going to try to kill Lydia. I'm going to say absolutely not. I'm going to say there's zero chance that Dante tries to kill Lydia. Because, and I would certainly do a side wager on that one. Because I think Dante is a hero. Dante is Wes on Fear the Walking Dead. He's a straight shooter. He's a refreshing personality. And I still feel like Maggie is going to fall for him. I think that that's the future. I think that they're going to set that up later on. A la comic books. There's few comic arcs that I really find interesting. I don't think that they just put Dante out there not to make him likable or make him a big deal. That's why I'm not big on the spy and the deception. I think he's going to be a bigger character than people realize. Rollo Adams. They did find skins on their turf. Someone or multiple are in there. Maybe Brendan's secret to set Negan off to kill him. Brandon. That's a tough one. Based on Brandon in the comics, and it's such a difficult arc because Rick's not here. How many people would like to see Rick just come back so we get this whole Whisperer thing straightened out? It's very confusing trying to figure out who's going to get this piece of Rick's story and that piece of Rick's story. Now it's kind of all split up. So now we don't know. Rick, come back just so we can get this whole Whisperer mess completely sorted out, because I don't know if Negan kills Alpha, whose head he's going to bring back. Wait till Carol gets a look at this. Wait till Negan gets a look at this. Wait till Lydia gets a look at this. That blows my mind. The arc with Brandon, Rose, and Rick. I guess Rick had killed Brandon's mother along the way, and then Negan found out about it. Negan killed Brandon, so that arc doesn't make any sense. So at this point, yeah, I mean, could Brandon be a Whisperer? Possibly. Could Brandon do something to set him off? Possibly. Is there a backstory that we don't know that we'll find out this week where Brandon says, hey, I let you out because I really need your help, with this, and maybe Negan doesn't like it? That arc just really confuses me at this point. So anything other than confirmed spoilers with Brandon Rose are so little known about him on the TV series that it's just throwing a dart. It's just a wild guess. I'm anxious. I'm anxious to find out. We got David. David Buzz again says, I understand. I respect you even if you are wrong. We all have our opinions. Once again, thanks for the answer. I just think this is an amazing channel. David, I appreciate that. And I'm going to back you up 100%. I think this is an amazing channel as well. And it's because of all the people that get their thoughts, get their opinions, get their predictions, ideas in here. And, we're all wrong from time to time, certainly. But I think that's the beauty of what we do, is drilling down and funneling out theories before it becomes confirmed. I mean, anybody, can read a spoiler page and say, hey, guess what? I got the first news and such is going to die. But I think the challenge that we have is it's getting into the mind of the characters and looking for the consistencies and the inconsistencies and kind of predicting the change. So, yeah, I think absolutely. The group is doing an incredible job. All right. Wow, I'm pretty fired up tonight. You guys have really Really got some good things. You know, David, and kind of to acknowledge that is, I wouldn't say, and I appreciate that. He says, hey, you're pretty good at predicting. I spend a lot of time really thinking about how I would write it and what would add the maximum entertainment value. And if the writers are being true to the characters' past experiences. And the one thing that is nice about this show, and I will tell you, we are probably much, much more accurate with Walking Dead predictions than we are with Fear the Walking Dead predictions, is because the Walking Dead characters are written so much more consistently than Fear the Walking Dead. A Fear the Walking Dead character, I mean, one day, you know, they want to kill, they don't want to kill, they're painting a barn. It's like, what? You know, you change so much from week to week. What is your purpose? But with the Walking Dead characters, you know that Negan is always going to have a chip, right? He's always going to have some leverage. You know that Daryl is always going to play that middle ground, but he's going to give you a little fire. He's going to give you a little pushback. You know Michonne is going to look at the bigger picture and the obligation she has to take care of the group. So, you know, as we play those things out, but I will say there are, you can't sneak up on everybody and, hey, guess what? This is going to be a shocker this week, because then the story is just going to become a little bit dried up. It's going to get a little bit crazy. So when they show us things that we know, there's no doubt in my mind, and let me know if you guys have any doubt. Was the fight scene with Magna, Yumiko, Luke, Kelly, Connie, was that like a nice closing battle for them? Do you guys really think that all 5 of them are going to survive it? Or did you think that that was a great way to send them off, and then they all said goodbye, and then they split up, and now they're pretty much doomed? Not going to be a shock there. And in fact, I think it would be more of a shock. Like, if you really, really want to confuse us and throw us off, keep all 5 of them alive and let them have a New Year's party together in a couple years. That would be more of a shocker to me. I'd scratch my head and say, well, what was all the other stuff for? So I think it's pretty, pretty straightforward. The neat twist is we don't know how they're going to go about it. And I do think that Luke wanting to see Jules again, I would be a little surprised if that happened. Not completely shocked. But I also, how far is Oceanside from Hilltop? You guys give me your best prediction of how far those are away. Will the Bill super chatting says they don't write on fear. They give them a backdrop and say talk. Freestyle fear. I love it. You know what? This is the production meetings. Morgan, what do you want to say? I mean, that's it, right? Whoa, really? 10 miles, Tommy? You guys have not been watching. You guys do remember Aaron and Enid driving from Hilltop to Oceanside last year. And along the way, it started getting dark, and it was about a day. Or I would say it's probably 5-6 hours. Maybe not a full day because they stopped. Remember, they stopped, got the big truck, and then they went over there. So it ain't 15 miles. It's probably somewhere in the neighborhood, let's safely say, let's be on the conservative side and say 5 to 6 hours by car. So 150, 200 miles. The point is, they don't just jump on a horse and get over there in about 15, 20 minutes. We're not talking about Alexandria to Hilltop. That's much, much closer. Oceanside is a haul. So if Oceanside's a little further away, and we get these goodbyes, and they got to pack up. Just want to kind of throw this out there. Question for the group. Michonne, Judith, Luke, going to Oceanside, is it a smooth, uneventful, straightforward trip with no drama, no interruptions? I don't have the answer to this, but I think, and David Buzz, to your point, I think there is the potential for something to happen along the way. Because of what happened at Hilltop, because of the way they said goodbye, because Michonne is running out of time on the show. She needs an exit. Michonne's with Judith. Because of Luke, do they make it Oceanside? And Oceanside's already been under attack. So many things can go down. But I would be a little surprised if, we wake up in episode 5 and it's like, hey, we're back. I feel like there's the opportunity for something to happen along the way. So that wouldn't surprise me at all. If nothing does happen along the way, and the story has been phenomenal the last 2 episodes, and in fact, many of you said, perfect 10, perfect 10. Don't you guys feel like the temperature is about to be turned up a little bit? Like, how many more episodes does Michonne really have? 2? So we got to tell some story in the next couple episodes. Will Michonne leave with Judith? Will Judith stay back? Will Luke make it through anything? We already know that some of this week is going to be the Kelly story. We already know that some of this week is going to be the Negan, Brandon Rose story. So if we don't see Kelly or Luke or something happen this week, there's going to be, we got 4 episodes under our belt. We are halfway through the mid-season finale. 25, I'm going to depress everybody. It's like, no, Kills, no. 25% of the season's already over. We only have 75% left, everybody. We've been looking forward to season all year long, and now it's almost over. No, we got a good 12 episodes. We're okay. But in these next 4 episodes, we're going to get a little mini cliffhanger at the end of 8. That's a given. But 5, 6, and 7, it's going to ramp up in a hurry. So just be prepared for it. Will the bill? This may have been talked about. If so, I'm sorry, been busy. Understandable. Well, I know you got a lot of stuff going on, and certainly you appreciate you checking in. So how many are we going to lose when Lydia dies? Whew. Oh, man. Reset. A lot of characters who are filler characters. There are so many people on the show that we don't even know their names and we just see them in the background. Oh, easily. I could see them just taking 20 people off the show. Especially, if they're going to transition to a Commonwealth in the next arc. I don't think we can rebuild again. Would you guys agree that Alexandria breaks down, rebuild Alexandria down, rebuild it? How many times can we rebuild the same city and face a different challenge? And if they keep rebuilding over and over again, then they're going to have to consolidate these communities. So I don't know if everybody from Oceanside's going to make it. If they end up at Hilltop, and Hilltop is the final stand, and Alexandria falls, well, that's the thing, Christmas Girl. If it's It Will Be Rebuilt, what is it? I don't think it is all of the communities that are out there. I think it might be Hilltop. And if you do consolidate at Hilltop, with Maggie coming back as the leader, are you guys pretty comfortable that the consolidation will happen at Hilltop and Maggie will take over the lead at Hilltop? That she will be the one calling the shots? Michonne's going to be gone. Maggie is the former leader of Hilltop. Ezekiel probably is going to be gone. I think they bring her in, and they bring her in strong. And I get it. I know some people are saying, unfortunately, yes, Bailey, and I got my reservations about it too. I wasn't comfortable thinking Maggie would be the leader before she left, but I see that as a potential story and giving her the opportunity to run with the franchise. And I think she comes in a big way. And I really think, look, the writers are amazing. And if the writers write Maggie a good story, mark my words, you will like it. I'm just telling you, you will. And you know why I know you'll like it? It's because you're Walking Dead fans. And it's all they have to do is kill a couple heroes and then give Maggie the big gun and say, hey, Maggie's going to save the day. I mean, look, we went from hating Negan to liking Negan. We went from loving Aaron to not sure about Aaron. We went from liking Sadiq because of what he did with Carl to not trusting Sadiq. I mean, we get twisted. It's how it is. Mark my words. In 6 weeks, we're going to have the same conversation, and I'm going to see some of you that are ice cold becoming lukewarm. I want a list. I'm going to ask Kel to set up a ledger. Rollo Adams, hate the idea, but how and when does Jerry go? Jerry might not go, Rollo. I don't see Jerry and Ezekiel both going. If Jerry goes, I think Ezekiel stays. But I don't see both of them going down. But I do think they need to clean house with some of the characters. They got a big budget, man. And some big names on the show. Will the Bill. Super chat, and Will the Bill says, I don't want her to die, but it's a must. The only other way to start the war will be because Negan and Beta going in to get revenge for Alpha death. I would see Beta. Will, I would be surprised if Beta outlives Alpha. I think Alpha will outlive Beta. And I'm like you. I hope she doesn't die. I really hope she's lurking and she rebuilds and she's a threat that's out there for a long period of time. We can hope, right? Jim says, I would love to see Maggie starting off by seeing a clue to Rick and bringing her back after that. I'm right there with you. I think she needs to bring some good news. That's going to butter up a few people. Yes. You know what's good about that? Is if Maggie brings just a connection to Rick, that's already going to soften up some of the people that don't like Maggie. Christmas Girl. The widow comes in, guns a-blazing. Absolutely. So, some great comments with Maggie. So, here's what I want to do, just for fun. How many people in this stream right now, you guys heard my rant, you heard where I stood on it at that moment, it's the way I felt. How many people right now don't like Maggie, don't want Maggie to come back, will not accept her in a leadership role? No way that you're going to deal with it. All right. Somebody screenshot this. I want to see it. I want to see people go on the record. Taya says, I never have. I just want to see people, like, there's no way I want her to come back. I like that. Julia says, I will do whatever The Walking Dead does. DJ's like, me, she sold out. Love it, love it. Marcia Derbyshire, me, can't stand her. Emmy, I'm meh. Yeah. I was worse than meh. Hello Kitty, I've moved on from Maggie. Crawfish, we'll accept it if she brings Star Wars stun guns. All right. So good. And I didn't write down everybody. So let me kind of give my take on it, because I've been through the whole spectrum of the Maggie adventure. One, I wasn't a big Maggie fan before she left. She's one of those characters I tolerated. I wasn't like turning on the TV every week to see what Maggie was going to do. Sympathize for some of the stuff she went through. Just, you don't have a connection with some characters. So I was just there. So number two, when she left over the contract and the story got very choppy because they couldn't give her a good exit, I raged a little bit. I wasn't happy about it. Made it known that I wasn't happy about it. Didn't show up at one of the Comic-Cons. Wasn't happy about it. So all of the above, I got my opinion out there. At this point, Michonne is leaving. Rick is gone. Maggie could be a bridge between Michonne potentially dying or Michonne crossing over to find Rick. Here's the thing, okay? How many people want Michonne to die? You think it's a good story if Alpha kills Michonne? Just let me know. Don't need Michonne anymore. Character's over. Let Alpha kill her. It'll have a nice emotional impact. Crush the audience. Don't need her. Goodbye. Probably not many. Okay. But that's an option, right? How many people would prefer Maggie, who's been out there, not fighting the Whisperer War? We blame her. She left. She went with Georgie. But what if Maggie's been out there looking at other communities and finding out things, and she's got some intel on Rick. And Maggie brings that intel back, and it is the Michonne arc. So Maggie's the key that gives Michonne the information that pushes Michonne into the Rick movies and keeps Michonne alive on the Walking Dead franchise. So how many people are more cool with that? That, okay, now I see how they're going to bring her back, and that makes a little bit of sense. So, okay, now you got that. So then you couple that with the fact that with Michonne leaving, that Maggie is now going to kind of step up and take a more decisive role in fighting the Whisperer War because she has not been there, and that Maggie is going to feel a sense of loss with Jesus, and Maggie's going to feel a sense of loss with Tara. So now Maggie has a reason to lay it on the line and fight for the group. So now you add that element in there, and I think it's going to soften the blow for the audience. And for me, that's enough. I mean, I've told you guys, I'm on record. If I didn't like it, I didn't like her, but it doesn't mean that I can't transition into liking what they do with the story. And if they kind of guide the story, that's the way I would write it. And I just kind of look from my perspective and say, if I could find a way to like it and the writers do that, then I have no choice but to like it. And they can't make her deceptive and weak and wishy-washy. I've said this, they need to bring her in like Laura Croft, Tomb Raider style, badass Maggie. Make her just up there where you're like, whoa, Maggie is blowing some people up. Maggie needs to be Maggie, Abraham, Rick, all rolled into one. Got a couple super chats I want to jump into. Will the Bill, Maggie can't feel them shoes. Enter Emmy's heavy breathing. Bye, Maggie. Enter Connie, Daryl, and Negan. Will, I think, sadly, they're going to find a way to have her feel those shoes. And certainly, there are some tricks that they can do to make it more acceptable for the audience. What if Daryl gets in a pinch? What if Maggie has to help people? I'm not saying that all those things are going to happen. I just know the writers have a way of working us. And I think they will work us to the fullest. Because they understand. I can't say enough good things about the Walking Dead writers. They know the pulse of the audience. And they know not everybody's excited to see Lauren come back. And if you know that going in, you overcompensate. David Buzz, do you think Rosita will die this season? Surely they can't kill a hot chick that can fight. Also, you think Daryl will protect Lydia? I do think Rosita will die. I think the arc... Rosita is badass turned not so interesting turned let's get her back to where she was before they kill her. I think Rosita's story has played. Abraham, Eugene, Rosita has always been kind of my why I turned the television on. I mean, to each their own. Some people it was Rick, some people it was Carl, some people it was Maggie. That group was always the most interesting to me. Absolutely. I loved what Abraham had to say every week. I loved the balance. And I love Rosita, just showing up, guns a-blazing. But Rosita was written very blah. And now I think they're starting to ramp it back up. And I only think they're ramping it back up for an exit. That would be my answer to your question. Crawfish, if you love your moderators, give me a hell yeah. And you know what? That is absolutely, after an hour and 17 minutes, that is the perfect super chat to wind this stream down. So, Crawfish, thank you so much for bringing us home. You guys love the moderators. The moderators are unbelievable. So, we got a ton of people here. I want to tell you guys, we started out with a nice group. Our retention is extremely, extremely high. When I look at the raw numbers of the amount, where some streams, people check in, they listen to 2 or 3 minutes, and then they check out. When we do hour-long streams, the majority of our audience watches the entire stream from start to finish. And I do want to say that is a credit to each and every one of you. The interaction, the mods, the keeping it fresh, the perspective. Probably one of the things I'm most proud of on this channel is not just the theories and not just the growth and the support and everything that we have. It is the amount of time that people stay in the videos and participate in the videos. So I'm blown away by the group of people and how much you guys do for this channel. Thank you so much. I got a couple more super chats in the house. We got Will the Bill officially shouting out to the moderators. Hell yeah. Green team, you guys can do me a favor. Everybody that's on that green team, you guys have moderator emojis. So if you can flash those, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kels. What a great group. We got Rolo, Adams, Kills. Can you sing the Rolo jingle for the road? Absolutely. You guys don't know what the Rolo jingle is? How many people know the candy bar Rolo? You can roll a Rolo to your pal, chocolate covered. I can't say it, chocolate covered. All right, there you go. That's what happens after an hour and 19 minutes. Chocolate covered chewy caramel is the way the song goes. But yeah, we're putting our old our own spin on it. Anybody got any other, you know what? Freestyle Friday, if you guys don't want to know what Freestyle Friday is, that's the type of things we will do in a Freestyle Friday stream. We'll start out with a Walking Dead topic, and then we'll switch it up to a random topic. Could be songs, could be jingles. It's very casual. The rest of the week, tomorrow night, we're going to be here at 9:30. We're going to do our bold predictions for episode number 5. You're going to want to be here, be a part of that. Get your thoughts, get your comments. Let's see what we get correct, how close we are on those things. No early stream tomorrow. We're not doing a 7:30 stream, only 9:30. And then Friday night will be 8 o'clock. It'll be Freestyle Friday, and we will transition into PDL. So Will the Bill, hold on, everybody. Will the Bill's like, I've got an idea. All right, Will, what's this idea? And also, if you guys like Freestyle Friday is my favorite stream. So if that's your favorite stream, give me a quick 999 in there. I have a blast hanging out with you guys on Friday nights because I think the mix of Freestyle Friday and PDL just completely unique. You know what? We're getting ready to wind the stream down, and then Will's like, I got an idea, so I'm curious. All right, Will, what you got for us? And we have dead silence. Everybody's like on edge here. Pocket coins. So I do like the pocket coin concept. To be able to use at a later time. Commodore kills. Will you go truck treat in a windowless van? No. How's that? How's that for an answer? All right. Hey, marathon bars were better. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Appreciate, hey, we do some long marathon streams as well. So pocket coins used any time of the week. All right, Will, love it. Love the super chats. We're going to talk offline because I think that's a good concept. So pocket coin used any time of the week. We could, that way it doesn't have to be just Freestyle Friday. We could, hey, if you want to chime in and you want to get your thoughts, you want to get your opinion in there, absolutely. Boom, perfect idea. Dark Star's like, let's make it a back pocket coin. So we're going to have pocket coins, back pocket coins. All right, if you guys like the idea of pocket coins, then give me a hell yeah right in chat right now. Commodore, trick or treat down Easy Street. We're on Easy Street, and it feels so sweet. 'Cause the world is such a treat when you're on Easy Street. There you go, everybody. That is where we're going to close it. I know some of you guys, I know what Will and Crawfish do. I sign off, and they have this little thing back and forth where they try to throw a couple, and it's like, hey, Kills is obligated to stay here as long as there's super chats, and I've had a stream last an extra 20 or 30 minutes. So at that point, I am winding this thing down. Thanks for everything that you guys do. Quick shout out to the Patreon Army. Top left-hand corner, if you guys want to become a Patreon, there is a link down below. PDL sponsors, top right-hand corner. That PDL group, absolutely amazing. They are bringing you Freestyle Friday and also our PDL scenarios. Tune in this Friday because we got a continuation of a little bit of mystery that happened last week. So you're going to want to find out. There's a couple epic twists that are going to go down. Stop. There's a couple epic twists that are going to go down. Will the Bill's like, hit the pause button. Wait. And Crawfish, why would we do that? All right, stop it, guys. Hi, Dark Star. How are you doing? This always gets interesting and crazy. So I'm going to go through a little bit of my ending pitch. So a special shout out to all the super chatters. You guys see the super chatters up there. Tonight, I mean, look at super chatters. We got Najee Watts, Bamber Kitty, Fluff the Flamethrower, Amy Ferrero, Wilson, David Buzz, Dead Shred, Christmas Girl, James Kelly, Captain Crawfish, Will the Bill, Rollo Adams. A ton of super chats going on. I mean, we got some madness going on. Here we go again. Will's like, nope, nothing. Changed my mind. Crawfish. Can I get some more health points for Friday? Crawfish. Instead of, here's the way you get more health points. You got to level up. Great question. And I love that. So if you guys don't know what PDL is, as we're playing our role-playing game, 10 health points. But if you do something that gets you a little bit of extra experience, which some of our players may have done, you leveled up to level 2, absolutely, you'll be able to get more health points. But will you get them before Friday? No, you'll have to accomplish them on Friday. James Kelly, sing a song for us. Dark Star's just like, nah, you know what? I'm just super chatting it. Any songs to bring it? Orange. There you go, Dark Star. Like, I'll super chat, but yeah. I should have used orange earlier when I lost my my train of thought. Ben Stevenson, love y'all. Love the 999 family. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I could bring at home. I don't know which song we could throw in there to officially wind this stream down. Will the Bill kills health point for crawfish on Friday. So Will, if we were to add a health point, we couldn't just randomly add a health point. We would have to add an item that maybe he would find, like maybe a mini bottle or a shot or some liquid courage, or, maybe found a bottle of tequila and that gave him an extra little boost. So we could certainly find a way to wind it or tie it in without just saying, hey, you go from 10 health points to 15 health points. We could certainly give him, it would act almost like a potion. 5 hour, I love that. There you go. All right, problem solved. Julie J, perfect. Will the Bill, giving a smile. Will the Bill, what do you think about this? He finds a Red Bull. Orange edition, which is what I'm drinking right now. Thank you. Emmy's like, come on, guys. We're dragging the stream on. Everybody's tired. And, all right, I am going to wind it down, though. You guys have been phenomenal. Some people are going to watch the playback. Crawfish. We left at me following Steph on all fours and bleeding. And with that, you guys need to tune in on Friday night and find out who's going to be introduced and who might be tied back into the story. And Will the Bill wants to know, are we still here? We are still here. And you must be punished. Will. You two are extending this stream. There will be conflict. And there we go, everybody. We're going to wind it down. Where is the blood bank? It's right around the corner. You are going to have to find that car that Sheila Beasley was in and bust that right and find out if we get to Sheila's place or if there is another diversion. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate the contributions, and thank you so much for the super chatters, keeping it interesting, keeping it light. And I know some people are like, hey, this thing could go on all night. We have had some streams. I'm going to ask you guys, save it for Friday night. You guys want to do a 3-hour stream? Let's make the Friday night with Play Dead Live and Freestyle Friday. Let's make that an extended stream. With that, everybody, I am going to wind it down. I will see you all tomorrow night at 9:30. Have a good night, everybody. Give me a 999 in chat on the way out the door. Peace, everybody.